Hi, this is Richard Davis, President and Advisor at Team Room More Hope and Growth, and today I'm coming to you from Zolotonosha, Ukraine at Camp Maximum. I've been here for a week for a veterans retreat, and it's been fantastic. So I've been invited back by the camp director, Vitaly Sobko, which I encourage you, if you're not familiar with Camp Maximum, take a look at the website that I provided below. But they do a lot with veterans, their families, but also with children camps, and they also have a prosthetic department here, a Limb Fit, which they're going to be working with Protease Foundation a little bit later on this year. So a lot of activities, and there's a lot of things going on in the camp right now today. They're redoing a lot of when it comes to the courts, so you might hear some work that's going on outside. But this has been a fantastic week, is that during these veteran retreats, they bring in Ukrainian veterans, the heroes that are coming in, also when it comes to their spouses, and also when it has their children. So they come here for an entire week, and there's a whole list of activities that are going on that they provide, they plan out. That includes even days when it comes to spas. Today they're out riding ATVs. They're going through and being able to encourage the families, so that after their wartime experience and what they have been through, what's the next steps? And so we do this is very similar to this in the United States when it comes to our veterans. We have a lot of different retreats that veterans go to and their families, but being able to encourage them about what's next after they leave military service, what's next after their wartime experience. For 2 decades that we've been out warfighting, and now we have our warfighters back out in the Middle East. So it's just going to be ongoing even for our churches and for others to be able to understand the military mindset. And that's something that the Ukrainian veterans have made a comment here during this week. So besides all the activities that they're doing here, they also have group counseling sessions, also individual counseling sessions. They do a lot of extreme sports also, but during those group counseling sessions, they have brought up that people don't understand the military mindset. So some of the things that the Ukrainian veterans are experiencing is what the American veterans are experiencing. So being able to come over here as a combat veteran myself and being able to share what we have noticed even in the United States, and then also some of the practical steps we're taking to try to correct that. How we form our own groups, even when it comes to nonprofits, but also being able to talk about the needs of the American combat veteran. And so that's what we're starting to begin to see taking place here in Ukraine, is that we have a lot of people being able to talk about what's important for the Ukrainian veterans and families. They even have a class that's on grants. So they will have lawyers coming in, being able to talk with the veterans, because their paperwork as a Ukrainian veteran is not the same as ours. You leave the United States Army or the military service, you become a veteran. Here, you have to apply for veteran status. So it's just not something that's so simple. So they have a lawyer come in to be able to help them with that. They also have a little seminar on grants, which is very encouraging to be able to see what they're doing, encouraging Ukrainian veterans and their families being able to start businesses. Same what we do in the United States with the amount of leadership that comes out of our military services, and that attitude about being able to do more and beyond. So it's been very encouraging to be able to see what is going on at Camp Maximum, and when it comes to supporting their military, their warfighters, their families. So they spend the entire week with the group counseling. They also have psychologists. They have a whole staff that's here just for the kids to be able to do some fun stuff, which tonight we're going to have family activities. But they also bring in a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist I met yesterday, an incredible individual. He himself is a Ukrainian combat veteran, but also was held in Russian captivity. But this psychiatrist here, he has a practice on there, and it's a Christian practice. It's the only one that's in Ukraine. So I had a very good conversation with him, and I look forward to just keeping that relationship going further with him as we continue to serve here in Ukraine. But being able to serve here in Ukraine is only possible because of what you're able to provide to us here at Team Room More Hope and Growth. And so I've been here for a couple weeks now, which I've shared with you a short video update from Lusk about the publishing. But what I didn't share with you was my time in Zaporizhzhia. So I was invited to go to Zaporizhzhia, which is further southwest along the Dnieper River, a little bit closer to the front lines there where they're fighting. but it was due to security concerns. They asked that no video be taken and not share anything until after I leave the area. So now that back here in Zolotonosha, further away and a little bit quieter, but being able to just share about what I was doing in Zaporizhzhia, is that this is a city, if you probably remember in the news, where there was a Baptist church that was targeted, attacked, and that 2 members of that church were killed there. So this is a city that has seen a lot. There was a hospital, it was a back and joint clinic, and it was attacked. I mean, it was a direct hit upon it. It killed 4 between doctors and nurses that were there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you see deliberate targeting of civilian areas, and that was just happened here just a couple days ago on there, is that they received another attack, killing well over 10 and then wounding many of them, and it's just targeting civilian centers. So this is something that they're dealing with quite a bit in Zaporizhzhia with the terrorist attacks that are coming in, targeting civilians. But they asked me if I would be able to show up and be able to bring some of the lessons that Team Room More Hope and Growth provides. So it was a privilege to be able to go there and being able to meet so many individuals down there and to hear their story and what they're providing. Even like the City Aid Center, that they have Ukrainians who are displaced from the war that are coming into the City Aid Center. And I was able to meet several Ukrainians while I was there that morning. And I even been able to share the gospel with one of the women that was coming in. She was forced from her home, her city. She had nothing. And so she shows up at the City Aid Center where they're able to get her registered, get her some food, but also being able to provide clothing and shoes, and then also help connect her with other organizations that are providing more when it comes into shelter on that, to be able to readjust being forced from your home. But being able to meet so many that are serving in their community and being able to talk with those that are working so close to the front lines. But I was invited to teach on 4 different areas that Team Room More Hope and Growth provides. And that was for the pastors, chaplains, the counselors, the police, military. They even had some caregivers and their spouses. So I was able to talk on these topics, present them, and they were very encouraged. And they invited me to be able to come back and be able to continue teaching more of the lessons that we provide at Team Room More Hope and Growth. And so it was a real privilege, but it was because of your donations that allow me to be able to come over here to be able to share when it comes to what we're doing in the United States. How are we helping our churches and other organizations when it comes to understanding the military mindset when it comes to meeting those needs. And so this is something that they were very encouraged, and I look forward to more presentations as I have 2 more weeks left. So I've got more time that I'll be spending here. I'll be teaching at a seminary, and I'll be meeting with others at a church and also with a trauma healing center on there. So there's a lot that's still yet to come, which I'll be recording videos as I go along. So I hope that you will continue watching Team Room Talk for more of these updates from Ukraine and just seeing the travels, but also hearing what is this educational ministry providing in Ukraine. Same as what we do in the United States, and providing that for those that are interested in understanding more about the military mindset, working with us after 2 decades of war fighting, and now we have more of our American war fighters in the Middle East deployed, but also when it comes to the residue of war, how it impacts us, how to be able to walk with us and going forward for that hope and that growth. And that's what we're trying to do here in Ukraine. Also encouraging many organizations, pastors, churches, and when it comes to serving the military and their military community, and encouraging them for the hope for tomorrow. So thank you for supporting Team Room More Hope and Growth. Please take a look at Camp Maximum and what they're providing for the military families. They have some amazing work that's going on that's here on there. So please take a look at the website, the links that are being provided. And I hope that you continue watching more Team Room Talk and updates from Ukraine. So take care. God bless.